don't. Doesn't matter how long you're on.
But maybe YouTube is in the background going, okay, guys, wrap it up. I don't know. And so I'm going to give you some technical difficulties.
All right, we're back on.
Okay, great.
Live. Live and in person. So you were talking about your kids. You have 2 little girls.
I do. They're 5 and 7.
Good.
That's awesome.
The perfect age. They still like me. I'm fun dad. I got a few more years, I think.
Yeah.
Probably 13, 14. That's probably when I'll be the anime. But
I don't think so.
Until then, I'll soak it up.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I feel like you're probably a friend as well as, their dad.
Yeah, you got to have a fine line there, though, right?
Yeah.
You can be their friend, but you also need to be the parent. So, unfortunately, you can't always be the good guy.
I always threatened my kids. They were empty threats. But
yeah.
I was like, so the one that always worked was, look, if we got to talk about this, there's going to be a problem. You don't want to talk about this. Right?
That's a good one. I'm going to have to write that one down. That time for when I need it. I remember.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Lies also work. Just lie.
Yeah, you know what I normally do? Like Amy will handle it, and she'll be like, "Don't make me get dad." Yeah, that's right. I don't know what Dad's gonna do, but I'm gonna do something.
How do you know? Don't test it.
Yeah, don't get dad. That's right.
So, you had mentioned moving to New Digs. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So we're actually moving into a shop. We're gonna have a little shop and office and parts and storeroom at Smith's Marina in Crownsville.
Cool.
So yeah, we're excited. Actually have a place, put our sign on the building and call home.
There's a lot of buildings on that property.
Yeah. So there's the main office building and then a big workshop in the back. We're gonna be in the building by the ramp. So we're excited. It's getting emptied out as we speak, and we're getting some stuff, trying to get it. We want to try to get it fixed up as much as we can before we move in, but it's also a time crunch thing. So if we want to actually be able to be in there this year and work out of there, I don't know that we'll be able to get it exactly how we want this spring.
Is it like a mixed use place that's warehouse and office?
Office, we're gonna have a parts room, inventory, and then a shop down the bottom.
Right, so, perfect.
It's Smith Marina. So I think we talked about this. Egan built Belvoir Marina just up the way. They're at Smith Marine, moving into Smith.
Yeah, that's an easy commute for you.
Yeah, it'll be a lot closer than coming down to Shady Oaks every day and things like that.
Yeah.
We're not down there every day, but we're down there quite a bit, and it's probably another 30 minutes down to Shady Oaks from there.
Right.
So,
How about gravel area to put boats and work on them either in the winter or out of the water?
Where
at Smith? Is there more room than here?
So I'm not really gonna do winter storage or anything for any of them. I'm not gonna offer that myself there. That's Smith's Marina who offers it.
Okay.
So they have a travel lift and a ramp, and they'll haul block. If I had to take a guess, I'd say they're blocking somewhere around a couple hundred boats there.
You'll probably get a lot of business out of that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be right there.
Yeah. So we're hoping right now we have such a large service area. I mean, we go from Jopletown up north all the way down to Hollywood over the Solomon's Bridge.
Yep.
We have customers. So we're going to try to bring that giant circle in a little bit tighter around the Annapolis area. And that way, we don't have to travel and waste so much time traveling and things like that,
You're burning up those new vans you got.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I think Dave's has about 100,000 on it already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are they diesel or gas?
They're gas. I think mine's about 80,000 already. So, It's and mine's a 17 and his is a 18, so
Right.
definitely putting some miles on them.
It's a good thing you guys are mechanics, so you can fix it once it starts going down. Throw another motor in it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with those. They're great. They're great road vehicles. With all the bins on the outside. And
Yeah.
they're Transit 350 chassis with a Dejana fiberglass box on the back with the outside toolboxes, and you can stand up on the inside and have shelves on the inside too. They're great for road work.
I bet.
But you're gonna start cutting that back.
Yeah, hopefully we can lighten those trucks a little bit with
Yeah.
having this shop to put stuff in. Not have everything so much in the trucks, but
Yeah.
more set up just for road work. I mean, we got special tools in there you use, here and there, but
Right. You don't need to carry it everywhere.
yeah, we don't need to carry them around with us. And
Yeah.
so it's exciting though. It's exciting to see the business kind of switching directions a little bit, and try
How
to
many
see.
years are you in this?
We
4,
started
right?
business 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Great.
So we've been driving 4 years, and
Yeah.
it'll be nice. In the beginning of all this, we said one day we'll have a shop, one day we'll maybe have a marina, one day maybe we'll sell boats, and it's just one little piece of the puzzle. That's
Right. Just one step at a time. That's good.
One day hopefully we'll be selling a boat line in our marina or something like that. But I'm almost 40 now, so I don't know how much time I got for all that.
Oh man, you got plenty of time.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, because you're gonna have to turn it over to your daughters to run the business once you're 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, once I can't walk anymore and follow everybody around,
No, all you gotta do is point and have it. This is how you do it. Get your butt in there and feel around it. You just be the supervisor standing up ahead.
You say I can do that blindfolded.
Yeah, exactly. Just all joking aside, it would be kind of funny to try some of that stuff blindfolded, but
Be good marketing.
yeah. Just to see if you could even do it, So yeah, you've been at DeMillo's now for quite some time, Bradley.
Yeah, 5 years in May.
Yeah.
The Bay Bridge Boat Show 5 years ago was my working interview,
Yeah.
and then I moved up here.
Well, here's
after
the
that.
real question: did you sell a boat that show?
No, I didn't. They still hired me. We don't really sell boats at shows very much.
No, it's not. You're not selling those kind of boats.
It sounds like a good excuse. I have sold boats at shows, but it's rare.
Yeah.
It's rare.
It's the small runabout boat, things like that. But those are boats you sell at the show, outboard power boats, things like that. But not so much. I would say back over Sabres, not something somebody's going to buy on a whim.
Usually they've been looking at them for some time.
Yeah.
It's a 12-month sales cycle, and they decide to buy at the show sometimes, so that's good. But yeah, Palm Beach last year, I met a gentleman for the first time, Van Stewart, and he bought a Back Cove after seeing it there. First time, but he was a boater and I guess had an affinity for Annapolis. He'd owned 2 Trumpies before that.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Trumpet's a big boat.
lots of yard bills, I think.
Yeah.
It's nice because they're a Annapolis-built boat,
Right.
So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
It is.
Yeah.
There's one sitting at Harchie's right now, Yacht Yard on the West River.
Yeah, Annapolis has a lot of boat building heritage,
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's actually Maryland in general. A lot of boats came out of Maryland. So
They still do.
yeah,
Judge Yachts is building. There's another manufacturer too, isn't there?
there's Composite Yacht,
Composite Yachts. Yep.
and I think there's a few more as well. But Oh, of course, Weaver's out of Maryland.
That's right. Weaver's big.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, that's a close one right over here.
Yep.
And they're big.
Right deal. Oh yeah, they built some big boats too.
They're really nice.
Yeah.
For Russian oligarchs, money is no object.
They're building some, around 100-foot sport fish, like 90-foot sport fish boats. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what's his face has one of those. Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we saw it down.
He has a Viking 55, doesn't
I
I'm not
thought
sure.
it was 100-footer.
he? Could be. He's probably got several.
Yeah, we was down at we were at the swordfish tournament in Ocean City.
Yeah.
and he was eating on that side where they keep them. That's across the bridge where they keep all the fishing boats that
Yep.
were in that tournament, and his boat was there.
Cool.
A lot of boat just for going out fishing.
Yeah. Differently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Those boats are crazy. But
Yeah. What else is topical, you think, right now, given our market and time of year, and anything else you want to talk about from that perspective?
not so much. I'm just kind of excited about getting into spring and getting into the year. I'm excited about this coming boating season. Everybody's been cooped up all winter long. Everybody's ready to get out and use their boats, and I feel like we started commissioning boats early this year because everybody's itching.
We had a couple of nice warm days.
Yeah.
In a row.
Yeah, we had that little warm spell, and
Yeah.
I think that really got people moving.
How about?
I already feel like I'm getting behind.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. All of a sudden, people are saying, "Hey, I want to put my boat in." You're getting a lot of those calls.
Yeah, I got some of them. So definitely try to accommodate as much as possible.
Sure.
Yeah, we've commissioned probably a handful already. So, for March, that's early. I feel like it's early this year.
So, on the commissioning end of it, you basically get the boats ready, call commissioning, and then it's the owners are responsible for putting them in the water.
On some, we have some stored over at Shady Oaks on land, and we launch those ones, or Val Schiller will get them with a hydraulic trailer and launch them.
Right.
We do that, and then a lot of my customers are on lifts at either their home or at a marina, and we'll go there, uncover them, get them ready, and drop them down the water, start them up, check them over, things like that.
That's good. So, speaking of that, not speaking of that, but I just one of the Magnum lifts was working down at Belvoir Marina,
Oh yeah.
and so do you work with anybody particular with those
No.
guys?
I do recommend them. In our area, I would say they're probably one of the larger companies that do a lot of lifts around here.
Right. Yeah, name
a lot of
recognition for sure.
Yeah, you see a lot of them, and I've honestly never heard anything bad about them. I feel like they do good work. So I guess we'll see. As far as do they putting in lifts down at Belvoir?
Well, no, he's just upgrading it, because the guy's getting a bigger boat. So he needed to
Gotcha.
upgrade the cabling.
Yeah.
That's yeah. So, yeah, and they were talking about the same thing, more or less, is that all of a sudden, it's this time of year when everybody's thinking about tuning up either their boat or their boat lift, making sure it's checked out, and you're getting a lot of unwrapping.
Yeah, I know they do a lot of their servicing of lifts over the winter as well. And they
Right.
from what I've been told, is they offer discounts to do them that time of year. That way, they're not trying to service lifts in the spring when they could be installing new lifts and things like that.
True.
So I think they have an incentive to try to get people to do them over the winter.
So
Yeah, if you have a boat lift, the boat lifts need service too, just not the boats.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, as far as greasing up the gears and worm gears and belts, belt-driven lifts, they need to be changed. And you know, we don't do that type work, but there's a lot of lift companies out there that do. And you know, cables need to be changed. I've seen a lot of boats, cable snap, and the boats go either nose dive into the water or you know.
It happened down there at Belvoir Marina. One of the cables broke. And it didn't fall in the water, but it was all hanging all wonky on the
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've
But
seen
you know, it's funny. I was asking them. They were upgrading. It was a 1/4-inch cable. This, I guess, will pick up an 8,000-pound boat, right?
Yeah.
And they upgraded to 5/16, which is only 1/16 more than a
Yes.
1/4 inch.
And
it
it's not
can-
much, but it actually does a lot for weight.
It does a lot for weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think a 5/16 cable is good up until like 12,000 pounds.
Yeah. Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying. It's crazy. Just 1/16 more. I mean, you got 4 points of lift, but still, it's it's split up that way.
Yeah, I've seen some cable snap where the boats go into the pilings too. You know, they fall towards the dockside, and
Right.
jam right into the pilings, and then you're working about fiberglass work as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So do you work with anybody that does that?
I don't personally, but
you just recommend people?
Yeah, Magnum does a lot. There's a couple other brands around here like Delmarva Boat Lift I've seen.
Yeah.
Neptune. I've seen them around too. And High Tide Boat Lifts down in, I think, Edgewater area. They're down there, but yeah. So there's a handful of them around, but just like anything else, you got to get on their schedules early and
Yeah.
try to plan for maintenance instead of repairs when something breaks.
Yeah, but
You
you have to, be ready to answer those emergency calls too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when somebody calls, like, and it's not the boat's already in the water or whatever, and then they need you, so you have
Yeah.
to. That's the other thing is working around your scheduling is like, and especially for your repeat long-term customers, you always have to jump on those.
Yeah.
Make sure they're happy.
Yep, exactly.
Definitely. And, with the whole COVID thing, we had so many people reach out like, hey, just trying to make sure that you guys are okay. If you need anything, if you want to bill us ahead of time for spring work and things like that. Oh my gosh. We have such amazing customers.
That's
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just hearing things like that from people is, just knowing that people care and people want to help, if you needed it, is awesome. So.
Well, it's a pleasure to work with you, and I'm sure that many people feel the same. That's why they do that and have done that. Because you have people's interests in mind, in their best interests. One more question I have for you that is a topic that's come up lately is zincs versus aluminum.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
In the bay, brackish water, you want aluminum. If you're in salt water, strictly salt water, you want zinc.
So, what about a saber at Back Cove that goes Maine to Miami, to Chesapeake, lives in the Chesapeake, and boats up and down the coast?
I'm going to say go aluminum, but you're going to need to change them a lot.
So aluminum lasts less
In
Yes.
salt water.
in salt water, but on the bay they last longer than zinc.
No, but they protect better.
Okay.
So, a zinc in a saltwater environment is actually going to protect just fine. But in brackish water, zinc doesn't get eaten up. It'll actually, it will, but it won't protect good enough to guarantee that it doesn't attack the underwater metals. And in the brackish water, if you do aluminum, the electrolysis actually attacks the aluminum versus the underwater metal better in a brackish water scenario.
So what do you put a combo on there?
No, because you want they're sacrificial metal, and you want it to be, and then what you're doing is you're doing dissimilar metals, and you can actually call electrolysis problems from that, or not electrolysis, but corrosion problems from that. Because then you have two different types of metals.
Even on opposing ends of the boat.
Well, you're kind of messing with the whole cathodic. You want you want it to be able to be eaten up equally, and if you do that, you're kind of messing with the way that it's going to work. One will get eaten up, and then because it's going towards noble metals,
Right.
and I don't know how that would work. I've never. I think if you had aluminum on there, the aluminum's going to get eaten up first, and then whatever's left is going to, the zinc is going to try to protect. But again, the zinc doesn't work that great in brackish water, so I don't know that it would actually. If you're going to salt as well, maybe, but I don't know how that would work, to be honest. If you were traveling from saltwater to brackish water, could you have two different types of material and an anode on there? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Does this count for a rudder zinc along with, some boats will have a shaft zinc as well as the main kind of galvanic corrosion protection?
So you'll have like a hull zinc, which is like a diver's dream or something like that normally on the stern of the boat.
Right.
And then some boats will have shaft zincs, rudder zincs.
I've seen them on. Well, I was just watching the thing. They have them on your bow thrusters.
Yeah, bow
and
thrusters.
The trim tabs. So you can do aluminum on all of those?
Yeah. Yep. You can do aluminum on it all. And for brackish water, that's what you would want. But I do recommend getting a haul out, probably I'd say July, and changing them. So.
To aluminum?
No, just replacing them.
Oh, I see.
Mid-season. Yep.
So instead of changing them annually, change them biannually or twice a year.
Yeah, I recommend getting a mid-season haul and having them changed.
Well, what about divers? Don't divers do that?
They can. Yep. So depending on where you are, and
I mean, do you have any divers you work with?
Not personally. Like I don't recommend any on a normal basis, but
Right.
There's a few different ones in Annapolis I have called for guys that wanted scraped or clean, bottoms clean. Unfortunately, nowadays a lot of these marinas that are clean marinas don't allow it in their marina. So
Yeah, you
as far
got
as-
to go more out in the middle of a creek somewhere and send the diver in there.
yeah. So I know.
Or unless it's in your backyard, yeah, where it's
Something like
at
that.
your own dock, then who's
Yeah.
gonna rat you out there?
Right. So yeah, I know. We had a customer at Harrington last year, and I was talking about getting a diver, and they were like, "Oh no, we can't have any divers, clean bottoms in here." Well, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
what is that the same reason you told me that you can't go? You don't have swimming around the dock because of the electrolysis with some of the live wires that could be in the water.
Yeah, so that is really a thing in freshwater lakes. Freshwater lakes, there's actually a lot of reported deaths and things like that from stray current in the water. Not so much in saltwater or brackish water, just because the electricity doesn't travel as well through it.
Right.
But in freshwater lakes, there's something you really got to pay attention to.
Yeah, dip your toe in there. If it tingles, don't go swimming.
Yeah, unfortunately, people get in the water and don't know, and nobody knows, and until it's too late. So
Yeah.
I remember all that. I remember some of that stuff from the ABYC course. They did all that stuff there.
See, it's all coming back to them. We are
Not really, in bits and pieces. That's about it. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely say anybody that's brackish water needs to have aluminum anodes, and anybody who's strictly salt, zinc. And in fresh water, they do magnesium.
Wow.
So,
Sweet.
Look at all the stuff we learned.
I know. It's been very informative.
Hey, man, do you have to read your daughter a good night story?
Yeah, so they're probably in there getting ready for that.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, I'll go join them.
Right on, man. Thank you for your time, and it was a pleasure.
Yep, I appreciate it, and good talking. And if anybody needs anything, give me a ring.
All right, man. See ya.
All right,
All right, good
take it
night.
easy.
Good night. Well, I mean, that was.
That was good, man.
Was that graceful?
That was good. What an exit.
Dismount.
Yeah, really. All right, you got to sign off, Brad. I got to make a phone call.
Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.